Cool. Hey, everyone. I actually didn't realize how big this summit is. I thought it was just one expo hall, and I had to cross 5 of them to get here. So, pretty amazing. It's good to be here. My name is Ran. I'm the CTO, co-founder of a company called Superblocks. Maybe a show of hands, who here knows or have used vibe coding before? OK, so about maybe like a third, maybe half. So basically, what vibe coding is this new thing that came out more recently, where you basically talk to AI with natural language, and then the AI will write code and help you build applications. So today, we're going to talk a lot about that. So in the past around 20 years, companies have had this growing backlog of internal applications. And that is basically going away very soon. And I'll tell you why. So the reason for that is we're seeing a lot more people outside of the engineering team build applications for companies. And we think the future of work is basically to allow everybody in the company to build software at the edge so that they have maximum business context to build the best custom software for themselves. So we're going to talk more about that. OK, so maybe to start with some intro, we're Superblocks. Our company is basically helping large enterprises enable everybody in the company to build software. So we're based in New York, and over the past few years, we've been working together with many large brands to help them get to this sort of future where every one of their employees is building software. So the barrier to entry for building software has changed dramatically. It has lowered significantly because of AI. In the near future, there's going to be 10 to 20 times more builder in the market, which means there's going to be 100 times more applications and agents being built. So this is a very exciting time right now. I think everyone has an opportunity to basically experience that. And we believe in the next few years, more than 80% of the workforce is going to be building software. Similar to how everyone has access to spreadsheets today, they're going to be able to access these AI-based builder tools to help them automate their work. So the old way of how companies are usually run is a lot of the innovation speed is bottlenecked on engineering capacity or throughput. Usually, your engineering team is focused on building the most critical external-facing applications, and they never have a chance to build the internal software that basically runs the company. So we think in this new world, we want to enable more people to build. It is not as easy as just making your engineers faster, but instead, we want to fundamentally solve the backlog issue, where we can reduce or eliminate the back and forth communication overhead between your business teams and your engineering team. There's an ever-growing list of feature requests coming out of almost everywhere in your company. And then we also want to make it very easy, very accessible for everyone to build the ideas they have. So in this new world, on the right here, this is basically how we enable 10 to 100x more throughput in the company. And this is how companies are going to stay competitive. They're going to move very fast and compete in the market. So we've seen a lot of data points over the past few years. And here are some of the quotes that we've seen either through our customer base or some of the things we heard by talking to other folks. The general theme is this is already happening in the company. And we have companies across the industry, from healthcare to finance to manufacturing. Maybe just some of these quotes here. One of our customers, Synapse Health, is basically a health marketplace. They're basically putting data scientists to build internal software, and they're replacing the work of a dozen engineers. And then there are many of these cases across the board. However, if you democratize building fully, there's a big problem. When you open the floodgate, you're going to have a lot more people building. You're going to have a lot more use cases being built. And it does create a lot of chaos and fragmentation in the company. So how do you basically enable this experience, but do so very safely? So one of the things at the bottom here is one thing we heard very interesting. This person was telling us we have hundreds of people in the company building, right? They're trying different tools in the market, and they're finding, that it is a great experience. However, they have no idea what's happening, right? They don't know what data is being accessed. They don't know what apps are being built, where it's being used across the company. So eliminating this thing called shadow AI has become their top priority. Okay, so I want to talk about how can we take advantage of this vibe coding experience and the benefit it can give us without sacrificing the security and risk the business. So it is really about balancing creativity and control within the system. So I would categorize the features and the process within a company into these two buckets. One is probabilistic, other one is deterministic. So within this probabilistic bucket, you have things that are, there's probably multiple answers to the same question. You want it to be very flexible so human and AI can experiment, can iterate, and can prototype. So things like building layout, UI, generating workflows, data exploration, content generation, these are things that require a bit of creativity and freedom, and this is where AI will operate the best. However, there's another category, and this is the deterministic case, where precision is non-negotiable, which means there's exactly one correct answer to a lot of these problems, and you want it to be verifiable and consistent every single time. So things like authentication, integrations, never exposing secrets to any of the AI or builders, network isolation, auditing, etc. These are things you want to put in place where you don't want AI to ever touch. Right? You want to have a full sandbox environment for the AI to sort of fill in the blank. So maybe let's dive deeper into example architecture, what this may look like if you choose to adopt this in your company. So the first thing we would do is we would collect and gather all of the organizational context and guardrails. And we would clean it up and provide it to the AI model as context. And then after that, what you want to do is you basically want to set up these guardrails so that it's following strictly what the company requires. So things like being able to authenticate using the builder's credential or on behalf of the user's credential, being able to block all destructive queries that may be issued, or you want to hide all the secrets behind a proxy, or even go as far as if you want to eliminate network traffic, you can air gap the sandbox so that nothing gets exfiltrated. So you basically want these building blocks in place for AI to interact with. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to have very clear separation between these systems so that you can have full audit trail of everything that's happening. In this new world of AI, having visibility into all of these systems is very critical. So you must, sort of create the building blocks and then make sure you have audit logs on each of these. And then, within the agent loop, what we do is we're obviously going to prompt AI to generate based on the guardrails, but at runtime, we also apply these systems. So things like an integrations framework or authentication framework are things that you never want AI to touch, but they should be part of your deployed application. So this is kind of a high level of how, if you were to adopt vibe coding, if you want to start democratizing development in the company, these are the systems that you need to put in place before you can do so. So I want to just wrap up here. So the summary here is there's around 75 million developers in the world today. And the very exciting thing right now is we have the opportunity to enable more people to build. So we think in the next couple of years, there's going to be 1 billion developers worldwide. And what they're going to do is they're going to adopt this new vibe coding strategy, and this is not going away anytime soon. So there's a few thoughts I want to leave you guys with. number one thing is, this experience has been pretty amazing. The feedback we've been getting from the field has been, this is something that I can never take away from the team anymore. So that's number one. Number two is we need to start embracing this new way of running businesses, of running companies. And this is a trend that's accelerating. It's not slowing down. So we must not get left behind. And then the third point, which is the most important point, is if you want to adopt this in your company, you first need to centralize the governance and the guardrails before you can democratize the development. And you have to do this in this precise order, because if you don't, you're going to cause a lot of shadow IT, shadow AI in your company, and it's very hard to rewind. So yeah, I want to maybe tell a quick story of what's happening at Superblocks. We basically are using our own product to build a lot of tooling around different parts of the company. There's actually one thing we do, which is our engineers are not allowed to work on any internal software. We're just letting the business teams build their own. So it's pretty exciting time, pretty exciting for all of us builder out there. And I hope we can just build very safely and with confidence. Thank you.